many times he will magically appear like the Candyman. Vic! 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 Ladies and gentlemen!
Oh, stop that! You're embarrassing me. Hi, guys! Hello, Glasgow! Okay, I have to ask a very important question. How many of you were here for the very first MCM Glasgow when I was here? Were you really there? I was so excited to come back. You look great. Looking good. Are you drunk? Uncle Crow, everybody, Uncle Crow right here.
Come on. Show it off.
Oh, yeah, come here. Show off your cosplay.
The speakers, man, the speakers.
No, hey. Crow can hold his liquor. Crow can fight drunk, so that's pretty good. You look amazing, man. What's your name? Give it up for Sean. You look great. Oh, my gosh, yes. I'm excited to be with you guys. So,
Grab a seat.
Oh. Hi.
Hi. I put your favorite photo on. Oh, you said not to show that in personal public, did I? Oh.
No. You guys, I'm so happy to be with you. Can I just tell you that? I've been telling everybody that I was coming over here and how much I love Glasgow and so excited to see you guys again. As soon as I'm done here, I'll be back over there at my table. Come and see me. I hope you'll come and see me and say hello and show me your amazing cosplay. Deadpool. Tamaki. You, buddy. I'm coming after you.
Well, I'll let you into a little secret. I went onto Facebook and I started searching for Scottish cosplayers. And I said, is anybody a fan of Vic and has cosplays? And a huge amount of people are turned up. And we're thinking at the end, just 5 minutes before the end, we'll get them in front of the stage and get a photo with you.
Can we do that?
Well, up for that?
Oh, yes, please. Yes.
So we'll do that just before the end so you can get a photo of all of these lovely cosplayers.
Absolutely.
And we'll get that to you.
Absolutely. So let's talk to you guys. I want to talk to you. I only get one panel, and it's to talk to you guys. So who's got a question out there?
Do you want me to go out this time?
No, I'll go. Hey, what's your name?
Michael.
Hello, Michael. It's a pleasure to meet you. What's your question?
So what's your ideal sort of unwind after, like, what's your comfort?
My comfort when I'm not doing anything? I don't know. I'll let you know when I do that. When I actually... You know what my comfort is? It's this. You know, people are like, how can you do so many events? And how can you meet, how can you meet? So, did you tired meeting all those people? No. I love meeting you. I do as many events as I do because I just love meeting you guys. You know, as a voice actor, you don't get the chance to really have an audience to be on stage and connect with an audience live. And you don't even have other actors that you can act with on stage. You're basically in a little padded box. And if you say something very sad, there's nobody crying. If you say something funny, there's nobody there laughing. So you really don't know how your work is going to be received, right? So I just love coming and visiting you guys all over the world and finding out what you thought of different shows that we've worked on. And this is my comfort. I really love meeting you guys. I really, really do. I've done a lot of shows for a long, long time, and it's my favorite thing. So if I don't have anything to do ever, I would probably sit and play the piano. That would be my comfort if I didn't do anything else. Question. Who said here? All right, you're next. Yes.
As a voice actor, do you do anything like silly or to practice before you're in the booth?
As a voice actor, do you do anything silly before you get into the booth? Oh, you mean like tongue twister kind of things? No, but you know what? Just last week I was working on a new show, and I'm not really great with Japanese names, like some really long Japanese names. And there was this one line of dialogue I did that had like 4 names in it. I was literally listing these 4 different people from these different cities in Japan. And you got to go through the whole thing without messing up. And let's just say it took me a lot of takes to get it. I think we ended up piecing it together because I couldn't do them all at one time. But maybe I should start doing tongue twisters so I can get through those names better. Yes.
Hi, I'm Monica.
Hello, Monica. Everybody say hi, Monica.
Yeah, it's just Monica. What's been your least favorite voice role, or like one that you like have tried to make yourself forget? Like, is there one that you just don't like?
No. You know what? There are voices that I've done that were not very easy on The Voice. I heard somebody say it right there. Broly from Dragon Ball Z. He wasn't very easy to do because this is what I sound like, and this is not what Broly sounds like. So, no. But I love all the characters I've gotten to play. Even the bad guys, you know. I really love what I do. So it's all varying degrees of love, you know. Some you enjoy more than others, certainly. Edward from Full Metal, Tamaki, always. Zero and Reen from Free, and I saw an amazing Ikaku from Bleach a little while ago, and several new things that I'm working on. But it's really not that I don't want to forget any of them. Some of them are just physically a little bit harder than others, a little more difficult. Yes, my dear. Be prepared to tell everyone your name. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, give it up. Yes.
I'm Becky.
Becky? Hello.
I was just wondering, what's the capital of Portugal?
What's the capital of Portugal?
The letter P.
Oh!
Lisbon.
You
It's
know what? Let me
Lisbon.
think about it for a minute. Lisbon. Yes.
Of all the questions you could ask when Vic's here, and you want your geography homework
She's
done.
like, what question can I ask him that he will not know the answer to? That's a good bet. Hi.
Hi, what's your favorite crow quote, and can you say it in crow?
My favorite crow quote. Well, I really loved it. I loved the, have you seen the Chibi? Have you seen Ruby Chibi? So funny. There's one where Crow keeps trying to get into the house. It's so funny. But there's one line that Crow did, and I didn't even remember doing it until a fan told me, where he says about if you were my friend, I'd kill myself or something. What is it? What is it?
If I was one of your men, I'd shoot my...
Right! If I was one of your men, I would shoot myself. So I guess it would have been, if I was one of your men, I'd shoot myself. And I never remember a lot of the lines because, I mean, think about it. If you don't have to memorize the script, right? Because you're voice acting, you're not on stage in front of anybody, so you don't have to memorize the lines, and so you're seeing them for the first time, right? On a page in front of you. Well, if you do it right the first time, you don't ever have to say it again. And then you're on to the next line and the next line. So a lot of times I don't remember things that I've even said because I got lucky and got them right the first time. I love to tell people the story about somebody came up to me just like this and said, "What's your favorite Edward Elric quote?" And I thought, well, I said a million things as Ed, and I don't remember a lot of them. So I tried to turn it on them, and I said, well, what's your favorite? And she said, I really liked it where Ed said, there are so many people whose asses I have to kick, I need to make a list to keep track. And my response was, I said that? That's hilarious. I didn't even remember saying it. So I really love finding really cool quotes from you. Deadpool. What's your question, DP? Yell it out, boss. Here, come over here.
What's your favorite quote you've done on Dragon Ball?
Oh, that's easy, Kakarot. Next question. The only word Broly ever spoke. Broly is the only character I've ever played where I've memorized all of his lines. Because there's just the one word. Thought I was going to walk past you, didn't you?
If you could cosplay one character that you've done and actually like act a bit like them, having a good time at a convention, who would it be?
Oh my gosh, did you hear that question? If I could cosplay as any one character, well, guess what? I've cosplayed a lot. I'm a nerd. You know that, right? So we're all in good company here. I've cosplayed Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've cosplayed a TIE fighter pilot. I've cosplayed Tamaki. I've cosplayed Cloud from Final Fantasy. Woo! I've done a lot of cosplay. I cosplayed Wolverine. But you know what? I'm so glad you asked me because I have something at my table that I completely forgot about and I would have forgotten to tell you. How many of you guys know that I do music professionally as well? Really, you know? I love you.
Sing! Sing! Microphones.
Did you hear that feedback right there?
Yeah.
So when I did conventions early on, well, for many years, I would do a live concert sometimes at a convention. And I've sung theme songs from Dragon Ball Z and One Piece and D and Angel and Full Metal Alchemist and Oron. So I used to do concerts. And so I just a couple years ago, I made a live concert DVD. It's a live performance at a big convention in the States. And I decided to put something on the DVD. And this is where the cosplay comes in. Back when we were making Full Metal Alchemist, I was having so much fun. I love Edward Elric. Don't you, Winry?
Yes.
The cutest Winry right here of all time. And I love Full Metal so much, and I wanted to cosplay. But then I thought, well, I'm too tall to cosplay as Ed, and I'm way too old. So I made up this story where a grown man starts turning into an anime character, right? And then I started thinking, you know, I don't think I've ever seen any other voice actors cosplay as their characters. So I contacted the other voice actors from Full Metal, and we all got together in Houston, Texas one weekend, and we shot something called Full Metal Fantasy. It's a live action parody with the voice actors cosplaying as their characters from Full Metal Alchemist. It's never been available. I only would show it kind of like at a convention I might be at, but it's never been available. So when I put together this concert DVD, I thought, well, maybe now would be a good time to make it available to fans that would like to see it and have it for themselves. So Full Metal Fantasy is on the concert DVD that's at my autograph table. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, let me know because I would love for you to have it. But I love music. I mean, music. I've been writing and singing twice as long as I've been voice acting. Don't do the math. Don't try to figure out how long ago that is. But music is so important. Stop that. But I've done it for so long, and I love music. Love it. Yes, my dear.
Hi. I was wondering, whilst you were recording for Tamaki, did he ever inspire you to learn the piano?
No, I was playing the piano for years before Oron. That's another reason I love Tamaki. That's another reason to love Tamaki Suo. I did not, but I wanted to. I was thinking I would learn that. I couldn't believe that he plays the piano. because that's my instrument. That's what I play. So when I saw, do you play as well? When I saw Tamaki playing the piano, I was like, ah, now he's even more beautiful than he was before. Yes, my dear.
If you could do the voice of any other character from Oran, who would it be and why?
Well, that's a tough one because Tamaki is the most beautiful and the smartest. I don't know. You know, can I tell you a funny story? What's your name?
Yuki.
Yuki? Can I tell you a funny story? When I was getting ready to audition for Oran, I wanted to play Tamaki so bad. I didn't care about anybody else. I wanted to play Tamaki. So I went into this, into the audition, and I did my little audition for Tamaki. And as soon as I was done, Caitlin Glass, who directed the show and played Haruhi, she said, who else do you want to audition for anybody else? And I was like, no, there is nobody else. But I thought, you know, I should probably be smart and audition for several characters. And at least, you know, if I don't get to play Tamaki, maybe I'll get to play somebody else. So I did audition for Kyoya. And I auditioned for one of the twins. And, but I didn't, my heart wasn't really in it because I wanted to play, what? No, J. Michael Tatum was the perfect Kyoya. But I was so excited to play Tamaki. I made the mistake of watching some of Oran High School before it was ever dubbed. And I kind of fell in love with Tamaki. Yay! I love you. Yes, my dear. Are you? Yes. Yes, you.
This is kind of like a really, like, I don't know, obscure question, but on your YouTube channel, there was like a Lord of the Rings parody you did with like a lot of voice actors. It was like the Fellowship of the Todd or something. Or, like, did you, were you feeling when you were doing that? Did you feel like?
Well, I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. Big Lord of the Rings fan. And so we made a parody a long time ago called Todd of the Rings, where I got to play Frodo. And we've got a whole bunch of people together, and we made this fun parody. It's on YouTube. Check it out. We had a lot of fun with it. Oh, my gosh. Have anybody ever heard of a voice actress named Mary Elizabeth McGlenn? Mary's a great friend. She's a super talented voice actress and director, and she does the greatest Cate Blanchett impression. So you remember Lord of the Rings? Remember the whole opening monologue where she's like, a voice is calling. I can hear it on the wind. And she has that great, beautiful, low, sultry voice. Mary Elizabeth does a great Cate Blanchett, and she did the whole opening for our Todd of the Rings. And check it out online. And you know what the best part is? It's free. Oh, my gosh. Speaking of free, you guys like free stuff, right? I have to tell you about why that picture is on the screen right now. When I was beautiful Winry's age here, I was a total obsessed fan of the original series of Star Trek. Oh, come on. Come on, throw it up. Come on, give me your live long and prosper. Yeah, yeah. You guys, I loved it so much. I watched it religiously. In fact, I would take a tape recorder, because we didn't even have video recorders in those days, Winry. And I would put the cassette recorder by the speaker of the television, and I would record the episodes on an audio cassette, and then I would put the tape player under my pillow at night and go to bed listening to Star Trek episodes. I was obsessed. I made costumes, uniforms. I would round the kids in the neighborhood up and make little Star Trek episodes where I would make my friends wear the uniforms that I'd made, and I would play Captain Kirk. I was the tiniest, skinniest Captain Kirk you've ever seen. Now, many years later, about 5 years ago, I decided that I wanted to pay tribute to the original series of Star Trek. I wanted to say thank you for all of the inspiration that that show was to me. So I brought together a bunch of my friends, many other voice actors and actors that you know, and we made a web series called Star Trek Continues. How many of you have seen Star Trek Continues? Oh, I love you! The rest of you, go home.
After con. After the con.
And StarTrekContinues.com, we have created 11 full-length episodes. We rebuilt the entire soundstage from the original series of Star Trek. And we've made 11 episodes that fill the gap between the cancellation of the original Star Trek and Star Trek the Motion Picture, which showed up 10 years later. It's beautiful. We've got almost 10 million viewers. We've won dozens of awards. And you know what? I have to introduce you to a most amazing man. When you watch our series, you're going to be blown away by the special effects. And the Enterprise, it looks exactly like the original series. And it's amazing. And it's because of this man right here. This is Mark Bell. Woo! He is our VFX master. You guys, this guy has worked on a lot of major motion pictures that you would know very well, and he's absolutely a masterful sorcerer of special effects. And if you go and check out our episodes, you'll see his amazing work. Like, let me give you an example. Can I tell you something? You guys remember that in the original series of Star Trek in the late 60s, there was no CGI. There wasn't any computer-generated graphics. If they had a spaceship flying through space, guess what? It was a model that they built and hung it up and moved the camera past it, right? It was an actual model. The original Enterprise model from the original Star Trek is 11 feet long. It's like from Tamaki to me. It's beautiful. I've seen it. It's in the lobby at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. It's gorgeous. But here's the problem. If you're going to make a Star Trek now, you would make it CGI, right? Because that's so much easier than building a big model, right? So Mark Bell, one of Mark Bell's biggest challenges was to make a CGI Enterprise that looked like the actual model shots from the original series. So when you go home and watch it, you're going to see what an amazing job Mark did. I want you to give another round of applause to Mark Bell. I love him to death. Yes. Are you Goku? What does it feel like to have the crap beaten out of you by Broly? What's that like? Tell me what it's like. You look amazing. What's your question?
Are you excited to be bringing Broly back for Super?
I am very excited. Very excited. You guys, I've played Broly for 15 years. Don't do the math. 3 movies, 13 video games, and all the time I was like, man, wouldn't it be fun if Broly came into the Prime universe? Wouldn't it be great if they made Broly canon? And I don't know if you know or not, but they just announced a short time ago a new DBZ movie coming out, and Broly is back, and he's back to kick some more butt, a little more Vegeta butt, a little more Goku butt, and I am really, really excited that Broly's coming into the Prime universe. Yes, you look amazing. Come over here, meet me halfway. What's your question?
What character gave you the most difficult lines, like memorizing or finding a good tone for them?
What character gave me the most difficulty? Well, let's see. With the exception of the fancy Japanese words that we mentioned earlier, And that show has not even been announced yet. I'm super excited. I want to tell you so bad. I want to tell you, and I would get in big trouble. So I'm not going to tell you, but I would love to. This new show that I'm working on, I got this really amazing role. I'm so in love with it. But a lot of Japanese word names and places all in one line. Those are kind of tricky, but never really had any problem except like just for Broly. Do you know what? Anybody watch Digimon? So I play Matt in Digimon, right? And a couple of years ago, I played a character in an arc of Digimon. I played a character named Mad Leomon. Mad Leomon was like this giant lion mecha. And as hard as Broly was on the throat, Mad Leomon was worse. It was just growling, low, angry. Those ones are always challenging, but I haven't really had too much trouble with any of the other characters. But thank you for asking. Anyone? Yes.
Hello, I'm Monica's friend. Since you worked at Full Metal Alchemist, I'm guessing you know Travis Willingham and
Very well.
Cool. So, are you ever gonna guest in Critical Role?
I would love to be on Critical Role. You think I would? Well, I'll have to write Travis and Laura and tell them you said so. Yuri, right? It doesn't. Yuri and Tara are in it, right? Who else? Oh, really? I'll have to ask him. I love Travis and Laura. I love them to death. They are fantastic.
Now, Vic, you're at London, aren't you?
Yes. How far? Are you guys?
Critical
Anybody
Role.
coming to London in October? You gonna come see me? Better come see me.
Critical Role are also at London. So this could be an opportunity to have a quiet word with them. Just throwing that out there, because we'd love to see them, wouldn't we?
I would love that. I'll have to find out about
Do you
that.
want me to remind you?
Would you please?
I'll
Would you
remind
please?
you.
How much time do I have?
5 more minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Yes, my dear.
Hi. There's a lot of girls here who would probably love to date Tamaki. If you could date one character from any show you've worked on, what character would you date?
If I could date any character from any show, you mean if I was a girl and I could date, or if I... Well, as a guy, I would want to date Winry. Because Winry is beautiful and she can do stuff. You know what I mean? Like she can build things, and she's got some skills. She's not just cute, right? If I were a girl and I could date one of the characters, I don't know. I would want it to be Tamaki, but I think Tamaki is a little high maintenance. Don't you think? I mean, you know, 1 minute he's all romantic and he's treating you all sweet and like a princess, and then the next minute he's in the corner sobbing, building a hamster home. Maybe Dark Mousy from D and Angel. Dark would be good, right? I think Dark's good. We have time for one more, maybe.
One more question.
One more, yes.
I'm Graham. What's the funniest line you've ever had to deliver for like any character?
What's the funniest line? Oh my gosh, so many funny lines. So many. Oh my goodness. They all meld together, you know, and you're like, oh my gosh, how can I pick one? I can't think of just one. See, that's just great. That's brilliant. Who you calling a pipsqueak midget? Yeah? I know, I mean, you know what? A lot of Ed's short rants were funny. Like, you know, I'll break down your feet and stick them on your head, and, you know. Who you calling? Oh, who you calling a half-pint bean sprout, you backwater desert idiot? I can't believe I even remembered that. That's scary. And then Tamaki says a lot of really funny things. Oh, there was an episode of Full Metal. Do you guys remember the original Full Metal when Ed was doing the mock fight with Mustang? Remember that? And they were down on the arena. They were out in the arena floor, and Ed and Al are standing there, and Ed's like, "This is a great day, Al. The day I get to punch Mustang in the face and get some damn respect." And Alphonse goes, "What's your strategy, brother?" And Ed goes, "I told you, a fist in his face." You guys, that's a good place to end, right? A fist in his face. That's a good place to end. You guys, I'm going to be back over at my table. Please come and say hello. I love you, and I can't wait to meet you. Thank you, guys.
Let's hear it for Vic.